Hey, it's Mike Mettler of the SoundBard here with Tommy Shaw of Styx, who's also a bard of sound in his own way. And we're here talking. Thank you. We're here talking about our favorite subject, vinyl. And the other night we were talking about a record that you love that I hadn't spent a lot of time with. This is Eric Clapton's Clapton, which came out about 2 years ago. And the first track on side one is "Traveling Alone." And you were telling me how you got into it while it was playing on your turntable. Tell me what
well, when I first got it, and you know, I've listened to all four sides, but when I go home now, I can't get past side one because I just want to keep playing. I've got a new little Fender Deluxe, Hot Rod Deluxe amp sitting right underneath where my speakers are, and it's a nice little 12-inch speaker, 40-watt amp, and I've got an Epiphone Casino P90s in it. I don't know if you know what that is, but they're the
pickups.
Yeah, and so I just stumbled upon this sound, and it's so close to the sound of the guitar on that song.
So you're playing along with it. It's Eric and Doyle Bramhall II is his producer and guitar player on that.
Yeah, and it's just that the whole thing is it's this lesson in restraint. The whole record, you know, nobody's just like jumping out there and wailing and filling up
slow hand, kind of leaning back.
It is.
Getting in his good
It's so hard for me because I get so excited just playing on it, and I just want to just start ripping through. So I've calmed down, and then it's over, and then I got to start it over again.
So it's an exercise in listening. You're listening to the song and realizing, hey, I can find the groove in this thing.
And then it goes into Old Rocking Chair. And that just reminds me when I was a kid, a lot of those jazz changes, and it's just this is the record that really settled in with me, that how Clapton he's evolved. You know, for years I wanted to just hear him, you know,
the
cream. Yeah, I wanted that. Yeah. And he's so embraced his own influences. Yeah. And it reminded me that those are some of my early influences, playing in clubs and playing songs like Old Rocking Chair. That song I never knew, but the changes it just reminds me of playing songs when I was a teenager and I didn't know them, but the changes all made sense, and it was good for my ear to do it. And so it's just a great play on.
Yeah, and it's a good thing to know that Clapton still has a way of not overplaying.
Yeah.
And shows his restraint, and it shows the mastery of, like, I can do this style, but I can do that style. And that seems to be his records of late, because his record that came after this, that came out earlier this year, is called Old Sock, which has him doing a number of sort of blues standards, jazz standards, a bunch of different things that, again, you hear. That's probably another record you should play along to.
Yeah, I'll get to it. Yeah. I'll get it.
So go rediscover this album, folks. It came out and nobody paid much attention to it.
I don't know how well, if you played it on vinyl and that first track came on, just the warmth and the tones, everything. There's no intro. It just bam starts on the first bar of the melody.
This is not something you're going to get on MP3 or digital.
No.
You're just going to get something on this disc that's in here.
Yeah, and I recently got a Sonos setup that I hooked up. It's in the house, but I got it for my record playing little setup there. So if I don't have something, I can go on there, and I've got Rhapsody and find stuff, so I can just listen to whatever I want to, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And they pay artists, which I think is a wonderful thing.
That's key.
So I can, if I want to have a day of Van Morrison, or you know, like the other day I was in Kings of Leon all day, and you know, and it's great. But then it just makes me appreciate the sound of vinyl. That first track is like it could be the poster child for this is why vinyl is so good.
This is what you're missing.
This is all those frequencies. It's, you know, Sass Jordan.
Yeah, Canadian singer.
She sent me a link to an interview on YouTube that John Kolodner did in 2006, which I never knew he did any interviews like that. And it's really worth seeing, because he's basically just kind of laying it all out there. This is who I was. This is how I became who I was. This is what I did. and how I did it, and this is what I think about how things have gotten. And he's very, very frank about MP3s and how just how they suck because they filter out all the frequencies in order to make
all,
them.
It's literally oversampling, but technically undersampling.
And
so much
they nullified the copyright, and they became something that kid could steal, and kid, if I can get it, something like that. No one's,
it's easy to go for free.
Yeah, and it's
very
just
easy to go for free.
I'm used to it. We've all dealt with it. It's been going on for so long. I don't think about it. But Kolodner's still, at least in 2006, he was still very. It bummed him because it did end record companies. It ended the A&R world. It ended great videos. It ended greatly produced.
Took away from the work that Kolodner, a producer, spent a lot of time, and the artists he worked with, and put in all that energy. And you're literally missing the information that was created there, and something is totally lost in the whole process from artist to listener.
Yeah.
And coming back to this format is the way to get a touchstone again, and we would greatly say, we'll actually show you the side that we're talking about here, is get your hands on these, folks. Vinyl, it's where it's at. So this has been one of the SoundBard and Bard of Sound sessions talking about vinyl, and we'll be back to talk to you again soon. Thanks, Tommy.
It makes me feel good just seeing it.
It does. It feels good.
I know.